I have a plant problem. I cannot let my plants go willingly. You have to pry them out of my hands to the point where I can't even dictate my own holiday or vacation schedule. Hello, plant weirdos. It's Carmiel Marceline, and if you are new to the channel, hey, welcome to the fam. We unabashedly hyperfixate on plants here, to the point where I can't even dictate my own holiday or vacation schedule. Oh, there's a fun concert in London. Guess who won't be there? Me, because my children need me. My children and my dog Otis. But what do you do if you need to leave? In today's video, I'm going to share several tips that will help you abandon your plants while on vacation. You can follow one of them or multiple of them at the same time. It's up to you. Because when you get back from vacay all well rested, you bet your plants will also be in good shape. So let's get into it. Tip number 1, purge them. Let me repeat that. Purge them. I have a plant problem. I cannot let my plants go willingly. You have to pry them out of my hands. And that's because I like to propagate multiple of them. I like growing and nurturing, and it's at a point where I have double the collection than I had 3 months ago. And when I'm about to go on vacay, I freak out because I'm overwhelmed. Before I go on holiday, I do a plant purge. I list them locally on a plant group on Facebook. And I actually did this last Friday because I'm preparing for a trip with my bro. It's a Sibs trip to Thailand. I take a look at the plants in my collection. Do I have duplicates? Do I need them? Do I want them? But do I need them? Are there plants that I'm just not into anymore because I should get rid of them? Whew, that was a little hard to say, not gonna lie. But I'll do some research, how much they usually sell for. I will take beautiful pictures and list them right then and there. And of course, arrange local pickup. It's a pretty simple process. And if you want a dedicated video of how I do some light selling, let me know down below. Not only do I get some monies and make someone's day, but I also have less plants that could potentially decline, especially when I'm not the one taking care of them. Ethan. It's really a win-win though. Tip number 2, seal them. One of the easiest things to do before going on vacation is placing your planties in an airtight container. It actually retains more moisture because it's a higher humidity, and that prolongs the time needed between waterings, aka it'll dry out more slowly. Just make sure you water your plant a day or 2 before you put it in that container. That way it's not sitting in excess water while you're gone, because we don't like root rot. No, we don't. You can use any container for this, a Ziploc bag, a Tupperware. You could put saran wrap or press and seal on top of a planter for all you know. Or if you do have a propagation box like I do, you can use that too. And I like to do this when I'm gone for a couple days or for a week, just because, again, maintains moisture and humidity. The only thing I will say is be careful. Make sure that the container is not touching any of your leaves because it may grow some mold, and we don't mess with mold. Tip number 3, wait to water. This may sound intuitive, but I purposely procrastinate my watering to the day before or the day of that I'm leaving. Maybe that's why it always feels like a mad dash before I have to take a cab to the airport or train station. That's okay though, right? All of my plants run on their own watering schedule. I will usually water a set of plants one day, the next day water another set of plants, and I'll usually check about 5 to 7 days before I go on vacation. I will do my usual thing with a moisture meter to see if it's ready. If I can wait a couple more days to water it so it's closer to the time that I leave, it'll just buy me a couple more days, which is great. Tip number 4, phone a friend. Only when Ethan and I are both leaving on a trip do I ask a friend for help, because I got some trust issues, especially when it comes to my plants. Honestly, even with Ethan. And it's only because there's so many nuances to taking care of plants that if you're not in it, and I mean in it, it's hard to know if you're doing it correctly or not. There's a lot of room for error. Usually I'll do the previous tips that I've already mentioned in addition to this one, but I like to keep my instructions super easy because I don't want to overwhelm anyone. I seem to do that though, regardless. Anyway, so the first thing I'll do is I will tag all of the plants that I believe are going to be dry and need watering with a Post-it note. So I did this last time with one of my best friends. I just placed a orange sticky note on the planter, and that meant, hey, can you probe it, see if it needs watering? If so, water it. If not, let it go. The second thing I like to do is use aquameters, which are these things which I get from Amazon, and it uses a pH indicator so that if the soil is wet, this little thing is blue. If it is dry, it is white. And it just makes things super easy for someone who doesn't know or doesn't want to use a moisture meter. And then lastly, I like to use a foolproof watering method, not top watering. I will just ask this person to bottom water all of the plants that need water for just a couple hours, take them out from the water so that excess water drains out, usually in the sink, and then we're good to go. If you don't have a friend or neighbor that is available to watch or water your plants, that's okay. There are options available. People who do plant sitting professionally, you can reach out to your local Facebook plant group or even Reddit. You can also, there's something called like an exchange. So because I live in New York City, a lot of people want to visit here. They're willing to pay a discounted rate for their stay, and they'll also water your plants. So there are a lot of stuff out there. If you do go that route though, make sure you don't get scammed and they've got references. Don't say I didn't warn you. Tip number 5, automate it. There are certain products that can help you automate your routine while you are gone. You can buy an IKEA glass cabinet. I bought 2 of these and convert them into a greenhouse oasis. All you need to do is weather strip it, add a couple of fans for air circulation, some self-timed grow lights that you can stick on the ceiling of that shelf, and then put your plants on in. It usually maintains humidity at about 85%. I personally do not need an additional humidifier inside, but I will say this is a pretty pricey option. Second, you can get self-watering planters. I have a couple of these. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't truly mastered them. So if you have, please let me know what I'm doing wrong below. But my fiddle leaf fig here is in one, and it essentially is a planter that has a bottom compartment that you fill with water so that the top compartment only absorbs as much moisture or water as it needs at a given point in time. So all you really need to do before you leave is fill that thing with water and you're good to go. There you have it. Those are a few tips on how to abandon your plants while on vacation, because you should go on vacation. I will say it is quite nerve-wracking to leave, especially if you're a new plant parent, but that's okay. Baby steps. Maybe you go on a vacation for just a few days versus 2 weeks, okay? Are there any of these tips that you're going to try? Anything new that you think I should have added, let me know down below. And if you liked today's video, hit that like button. It would help me and my channel so very much. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe and ring that bell if you want to know every single time I post, which is every Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern. And with that, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Thanks for spending it with me, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye!